Okay, so after a bloody, brutal, and violent Extreme Rules, we begin Raw with John Laurinaitis and Brock Lesnar. You know, Brock, I love you. I think you're an amazing athlete. You kind of suck on the mic. You do. I mean, that's why you had Heyman. I still remember when he was on SmackDown, he was like, you know, it's fine and dandy like sour candy. His promos just don't come off strong. They just don't. He's never really a really strong promo guy. He was more of a great physical athlete. So H comes down essentially to save the opening segment of Raw. Morrow says everything that happened last week at the very end is null and void, and you know, you're not getting any special perks anymore, Lesnar. You already signed, you basic counter that you agreed to last time, no big deal. Lesnar then flips out and whoops the crap out of Triple H, setting up one of Lesnar's money feuds, which of course is Triple H Lesnar. Ironically, the two of them never actually fought during Lesnar's run. I says when Lesnar became champion, that was when the belt became sole property of SmackDown, which then Triple H becoming the champion on Raw. The only time they actually did fight was a triple threat match, and I want to say in Australia, where it was Triple H, The Rock, and Brock Lesnar. Beyond that, I can't recall those two ever actually having a match. Good idea, makes sense. Eve then comes out looking like, I think it's Tess Mercher. The character Brooke Adams is playing. Not Tracy Brooks, Brooke Adams, the one who was she was the really hot girl from Extreme Expose, who is now, I think, a TNA Tag Champ. So it's Eve in glasses, stumbling way through a promo talking about a beat the clock challenge. And she repeated the phrase beat the clock quite a few times. I don't know if they were insinuating something or not, but so you gotta have 5 matches. Lowest time becomes a new challenger for CM Punk. Alright. Opening match, Miz Santino Marella. Okay. Miz wins, sets the time. Alright. The next match in that series was Jericho and Big Show. Jericho wins via countout the exact same time the clock expires. Okay. Miz, still the #1 guy. Orton takes on Swagger. Orton wins with like 2 seconds to spare. Alright, you know, Orton Punk for the title would be pretty good. Last year's WrestleMania, Orton and Punk had a feud, and it was really solid. So you get to call him random. I'm like, alright, that kind of works. The Great Khali took on Kane. Yeah, there's no winners in that match at all. And the last match is Daniel Bryan versus Jerry the King Lawler. So the match for Over the Limit, Daniel Bryan, CM Punk. That's got some legs to it. That sounds pretty interesting. Epico and Primo defended their tag team gold against Kofi and R-Truth, and they lost. So your new tag team champs are Kofi and R-Truth. Oh, that's pretty cool. You know, the more lets us know than that had Evan Bourne not broken his foot or ankle. I remember the photo of him with all the pins in it. If he had broken his ankle, he'd probably be a tag champ again with Kofi. Alright. Couldn't that match have been at the pay-per-view? I don't know. Would have made more sense there? Potentially, you never know. And a really long-standing question finally got answered. Does JTG still have a job? And he does. And he performed that job when he lost to Brodus Clay. And ironically, that was... Oh, I forgot. Layla defended her newly acquired Divas Tag Champ belt against both Bellas. And the time it takes for me to say she beat both Bellas, that's the whole length of the match. I mean, she hit a dropkick, did a roll-up, 1, 2, 3. Not bad, you know. A good way to end, which should be the Bellas' last time. I think their contract expires on the 11th of May. So they got maybe like 2 weeks left of them before Twin Magic is gone, and then maybe someone else will fill that void So then we come down to what was the main event. Who will John Cena fight it over the limit? So handicapped John is out there talking with vocally and mentally handicapped John Laurinaitis. And then Laurinaitis reveals who his mystery opponent's going to be. Lord Tensai comes down, and I'm thinking, great, it's Lord Tensai, yada yada yada. This is going to be a phenomenal match with, large Albert Ninja. Then Laurinaitis says that his opponent's going to be himself. So John Laurinaitis will take on John Cena over the limit. Off of what was a pretty solid pay-per-view, this was a really bizarre Raw. I've done setting things up for, much more farther down the road sort of matches, but with H having a broken arm, he's out for a couple of months. So he hadn't been seen on TV since the Taker match. We never really saw that end of an era celebration. The next thing we see him, he gets taken up by Lesnar. I think Lesnar Triple H would be a fantastic match. And you know what? Let them bleed. Let them have lots of animosity and bad blood. Be pretty solid. CM Punk Daniel Bryan, if they let them go, will be a ridiculous match. John Cena Laurinaitis, trying to constantly redo Austin and McMahon normally helps if your villain is also strong.